What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of the best team in FIFA. Today we have got a very interesting squad for you. I was streaming last night and I was going to do the best team in FIFA episode around SBC Suarez. The stream eventually kind of notioned towards doing a full SBC team except for one player, which was the striker, which we'll get into. If you were in the stream, you know what happened. We had a lot of fun. If you weren't in the stream, guys, drop a thumbs up for this video. It'd be amazing. And of course, if you want to submit your version of the best team in FIFA to me, twitter.com/NepentheZ, prefer foothead and footwiz or footbin links. It's very difficult to put a value on this team because if you don't have the cards, you just don't have them. You can't get them. That's all there is to it. So there's no real value for this team. Hence the reason why it's a special edition. But what is the best team in FIFA? The best team in FIFA is basically me trying the teams that you guys enjoy in Division 1 and seeing if they're viable to use in FIFA. Some teams that people like, I just hate and I don't think they're that great. Some teams people love, I absolutely love, and I think they're phenomenal. So before we get into this, guys, obviously if you could drop a thumbs up, it would be very much appreciated. So this is essentially a full SBC squad. And it makes it kind of very, very simple to get what we need to get out of it. Now, there are two goalkeepers only, and the goalkeeper we use is going to be Ruffier, which kind of shows that the first centre-back that we're going to be using is going to be a very easily picked centre-back by way of Perrin. And the second centre-back we're going to be using is going to be another very easy pick by Kazawa. Those links there, they're just super strong links. Obviously, Perrin and Ruffier get the perfect link, so they get 3 links into each other. And Kazawa gets that strong link into Perrin, which gives him the perfect chemistry as well. I've gone for a shadow on Kazawa, boost those stats. He's got a really well-rounded card. If you have this card, use it. Just in general, it's a very good card. I think I played a fair few games with it, 10. I don't know, I suppose that's a decent amount. Perrin, we got some games on as well, 10 games there. And Ruffier, we got, I guess, 10 games as well. 1 goal for Ruffier. You're about to see it in this video. But that's the start of the defense there, guys. And then the next part of the defense, there's a few options you can go with. Obviously, we have Miranda, we have Toprak, or we have Mario Gaspar. And of course, Mario Gaspar has got good links because you can link him to Bellerin, Juanfran, or DeMarcos SBCs. On this occasion, our second centre-back is going to be Miranda. He obviously doesn't get a strong link to any of the other defenders, apart from the right back. As I said, there's a few options for right backs. We could have gone with Juanfran, we could have gone with DeMarcos, we could have gone with Hector Bellerin. 3 Spanish right backs. How mental is that? But we are taking Dani Alves here. He gets a strong link into Miranda, which gives Dani Alves 10 chem and Miranda 8 chem, no matter who the centre midfielder is, this first centre mid. But this first centre midfielder is also going to be a Brazilian. We have an anchor chem style on Miranda. His defending is so high already that a shadow is only a waste if you don't want the pace. If you really, really need the pace for Miranda, go get a shadow, but I think an anchor is more than okay for him. And the same to be said for Dani Alves. In his instance, his pace is already so good that a shadow is a waste of the pace rather than a waste of the defending. So an anchor is real good just to boost that defending and physical. Dani Alves, of course, 3-star, 3-star, very, very good card. If you've got his Team of the Year card, you could also use that instead. It doesn't have to be an SBC card. And Miranda, dudes, 6'1", medium, just a really, really good card. I didn't do this on my road to glory. I kind of wish I did. Would have been much better. So that's the defense, guys. As per usual, my player instructions is just everyone to stay back while attacking and everyone on normal interceptions. Nothing else changes. And it seems to be like the default for any FIFA player this year. Our first midfielder, guys, is going to be none other than the Brazilian Kante. That is right. I've used this guy a massive amount of times on my Road to Glory account because it is just a phenomenal card. Fernandinho, medium-high work rates. He's only 5'9", which can be problematic if you struggle in like aerial battles a lot. But medium-high work rates, 4-star skill moves. Great card, well-rounded anyway, but with an anchor or a shadow card, he becomes a super centre defensive midfielder. Even though we're playing him in a 3-flat formation, we'll get through that in a second. But it gets links from Alves and Miranda. They don't need to get links from Fernandinho because they already got the max chem anyway. Miranda getting 2 links from Dani Alves is enough to give him 8 chem. The 3rd link he gets from Fernandinho doesn't change anything. The next midfielder, guys, that we have got is going to be Thomas Muller. Again, there was a lot of options for the players that we could have gone with in midfield. We've got a lot of people suggesting for me to use Dybala. We've got Luka Modric there. We've got Lacazette. We've got a lot of players there that we didn't use. We'll go through some more of them in a second. But Thomas Müller is one of the midfielders, guys. And then again, look at that. We've got Hamšík, who would get good, strong links because there's a lot of Calcio A SBC cards. Isco, Parolo, Dembele, Barry, Ali, Chan. Lots and lots of good SBC cards that we could have used. But of course, because we've got that Bayern link there, we go with Vidal and Thomas Müller. I went for Müller in the middle just for that high work rates, 4-star skill moves. Sorry, 4-star weak foot. I was expecting a lot out of him. I gave him the engine chem style. You know, you could even get, you could give him Hunter. You could give him maybe Catalyst. You could give him something like Hawk or Sniper or anything like that. There's no point boosting his defending. It's already so low. So I went with engine just to boost the pace and the dribbling a little bit, give him a bit more agility. And then with Vidal, again, another card that I absolutely regret not getting on my road to glory. This Vidal card is just retarded good. High work rates, 5'11", 4-star weak foot, an incredible card. You throw an anchor on him and he's just unreal. So that is the midfield, guys. How do we set this midfield up for instructions? Well, player instructions are stay back while attacking for all 3 of the centre midfielders, and the rest of it is identical. I don't change the rest of it. So the reason I do that, I don't like, they're going to push forward based on their work rates anyway. So we're going to get Vidal breaking forward from time to time. We're never going to get Fernandinho breaking forward, and Müller with his high, we're going to get him breaking forward from time to time as well. So when I set them to stay back while attacking, it just gives me a little bit more security in front of the defence with 2 really good defensive-minded midfielders and then 1 good creative attacking midfielder. And let's not forget that Vidal has got very good offensive stats as well, with Fernandinho coming in with pretty decent, offensive stats, not the worst in the world. So that is the midfield setup there, guys. And then in at the left forward spot, we had Douglas Costa off chem, SBC version of him, just tucking up into that left forward spot right there. So he gets the strong links into the 2 Bayern midfielders, making them get full chemistry. And then in at the right forward spot, we had the Brazilian Willian. Very nice card and a lot of fun to play with. 4-star, pace and dribbling is on point. His passing is great. Giving him a Hunter is ideal. You want to boost that shooting as well. High work rates are problems for some people, not necessarily for me. And then Costa, again, a lot of fun to play with. Only a 3-star weak foot, but 5-star skill moves. And again, pace and dribbling on point. Shooting, passing are great. I gave him Hawk because I don't have any Hunter cards. I would suggest that either Hunter, Sniper, or Finisher would be the best ones for him, depending on what you prefer. I don't think Hawk is the best, but even with a Hawk, he was still a lot of fun to play with. Now, the striker that we use in the video, guys, is going to be Gabriel Jesus. Apologies if I pronounce his name wrong, but I no longer have him in the club. So yeah, he goes for about 250,000 coins. He's the only player that you can actually buy. Wait, why are there 2 of him? Inform and 1 to watch, that's why. But anyway, we use Gabriel Jesus up front. But if you can't get Gabriel Jesus, any Brazilian attacker will work in this instance. But that was a team that we used. How did I set this up? Player instructions: get in behind for the 2 wide men and just balanced. Everything is identical for the striker. No getting behind, no stay central or anything. Just get in behind on the 2 wingers and everything else is the same. So that is the player instructions. And now for the custom tactics, guys, I set it up like this: speed 60, passing 75. I think chance creation is the same. For the defense, I withdrew the pressure way down and the defensive line to cover. But if you want to copy those, you can just go and copy those exactly. I don't necessarily think that they're fantastic or anything. I'm just playing around with custom tactics right now to try and figure out what works for me. Then on the bench, a whole bunch of players, obviously, that we didn't use, and last but not least, one of the main men that you could use up front, who is actually really good, and that is Jonas. Jonas obviously has the 87 rated card right there. Boom. So if you can't get Gabriel Jesus, you can put Jonas in there. But for this video, we did indeed use Jesus. But Jonas, he's been a lot of fun to play with. I played with him a lot on my Road to Glory account. With the Hunter card, he's just got really good stats. Nice and tall, fantastic finishing, 5-star weak foot, just very good card. So this is the team, guys, that we took into Division 1 gameplay. Let's get in and have a look at how it actually played. Okay, guys, so as we get into the gameplay, of course, we are in Division 1, and the first opponent we come up against actually has a full Brazilian team. Quite interesting. You don't really see fun test teams in Division 1. Division 1 is usually a sweat fest, especially at the start of a brand new week like this week whilst people are trying to qualify for FUT Champs. But we came up against this guy. He's got some really key players in there. The informed Casemiro, the Giuliano team of the group stage. The informed Jonas is very good. David Luiz, of course, is very good. There are a few like kind of, that's an interesting choice of player in there, like the Fernandinho, which is funny because we have his SBC card, but I've used his regular card. I wasn't overly impressed with it, but his SBC card I thoroughly enjoyed. We end up conceding the first goal here. I've got 6 games. You're only going to see 4. 2 of the games, again, if you were watching the stream, you would know. 2 of the games, we went into the game, and it was just super laggy. So the first one, I scored an own goal and I quit because I want to bring you guys some good footage. I don't want to bring you guys a half laggy game of me just getting frustrated. And then the same in one of the other games. So when you see that there was some games in between, it wasn't me just doing things and not showing you how this team was playing or anything, or just showing you the wins. I literally just quit both the games on purpose because I couldn't stand the lag in it, basically. So the game that you're seeing right now, I took the penalty with Ruffier. I don't know why. It just felt like the right thing to do at the time. You know, when I'm streaming, there's a bit of bravado there, a little bit of just a little bit of extra cockiness. I was trying a lot of skill moves, trying to do a lot of things that I don't usually do in gameplay, and it was fun. And I don't know if that really helped me play with this team. So how was this team in general? We'll start with Ruffier. Ruffier was just fine. You know, I think goalkeepers, if somebody knows how the shooting mechanics work, goalkeepers are largely irrelevant. It can be Jack Butland or it could be Team of the Year Neuer, and they're not going to save those low-driven shots. They're not going to save the cutbacks. They're not going to save the finesses or the cross-body drivens from the top of the box. The only time I feel like goalkeepers' ratings are really relevant is when somebody doesn't know how to shoot properly. So they just take regular shots or powered shots from wrong positions. That's when I feel like the goalkeepers come into their own as we come up against our second opponent. Again, a really nice team here. So Ruffier he did a job. You know, he did a job. He was as good as or as bad as any goalkeeper that you're going to use. As long as your goalkeeper's got semi-decent stats, you know, an 81 and 82 rated or higher, doesn't really make any difference what goalkeeper you've got. Typically speaking, the taller the goalkeeper, the better they feel. Again, that's not actual fact. It's just feeling. That could be cognitive bias. But taller goalkeepers feel better, which is why like Courtois and Begovic feel great. Again, that's entirely your choice. Now we go to the defence. I was overly impressed by Perrin. I thought he was phenomenal. I didn't expect him to be so great because he's quite short for a centre-back. I believe he's 5'11" or maybe 5'10". So I wasn't expecting amazing things from him. But for whatever reason, he just felt good. Perrin was great. Kurzawa was great. Dani Alves was a little underwhelming. Like, he was never just amazing. He never did anything that I was like, whoa, that's really good. But like Kurzawa, I noticed. Kurzawa tracked back. Kurzawa got into good positions defensively. He put in some good interceptions and made some good tackles. And in general, he was a joy to play with. So if you've got any of those 5 back line in your club and you're thinking about using them, I would say yes to Kurzawa, yes to Perrin, yes to Ruffier. That back 3, that trio there, why not test them out? I had a lot of fun with them. We won the Division 1 title, 8 wins, no losses. Of course, some of those games are from a previous episode of the best team in FIFA, but there it is. We won that Division 1 title. So the back line, I would say yes to the left-hand side of it. Miranda was not noticeable, which could be a good thing, could be a bad thing for a centre-back. I don't really know. And Dani Alves, I would say, was underwhelming. We then come to the midfield. Fernandinho, I already know, was great, and I would recommend him to anybody that has him. I think he's brilliant. I personally believe he's better than Kante. You know, I used to use Kante in my Road to Glory team. As soon as I got that SBC Fernandinho, I started using him instead. I just find him to be just very, very good. He might let you down a little bit in the box. His shooting's not bad, but it's not ideal. But yeah, ultimately, I love Fernandinho. I also thought Vidal was phenomenal. If you guys have got that Vidal, like I said, I don't have it on my Road to Glory. I'm gutted I didn't do it because after playing with him in this Division 1 run, he's just great. He's really strong. He gets up and down the field like a champ. He's just super stamina. He doesn't tire. He just does the perfect job. There's no midfielder better. That's not to say that you might not enjoy other midfielders as well, but he has absolutely everything you need by way of a midfielder that you would want in FIFA in the tough games. He's got that physicality, he's got good defense, he's got good offense, perfect stamina, great work rates. He is just the ideal man to put in the midfield. And then Thomas Müller. I was looking forward to using this Thomas Müller card. I used him a lot last year in the game. You know, his team of the season was fantastic. I thought his card was going to be good. He's nice and tall. He's got good work rates. Other than defense, he's got really well-rounded stats. He was horrendous. If you've got him, don't use him. Don't consider using him. Don't think about him up front. Don't think about him in midfield or a cam. He's just terrible. He's really clunky on the ball. His passing wasn't ideal. He never really got into good shooting positions, and that would be down to the fact that his positioning stat on his card is pretty low. You know, he didn't do much. He didn't do anything. He was as I say, he was just very underwhelming. Have I just put the same? I think I've just put the same clips in twice. Did I put the same clips in twice? If I put the same clips in twice, I very much apologise. I think I've chopped the same game up 2 times. No, I haven't. This is a different game, surely. But anyway, we go into the next game here, guys. And Fernandinho tracks with the ball, gets into the box, cuts it back. There is Willian for the goal. Very nice indeed. No, this is a different game. This guy's got an almost identical team to the last guy. That's crazy. So that's the midfield, guys. I would say, you know, a resounding yes to Fernandinho and a resounding yes to Vidal, but a resounding no to Müller. We then come to the attack. Douglas Costa SBC, brilliant. 5-star skill moves. He was a lot of fun. He's rapid on the ball. His finishing is clinical. His work rates suit him. You know, it was just a lot of fun. And the same with Willian. I actually enjoyed Willian's inform for the sort of 10 or 20 games that I played with it a few weeks back. It was very good. And his SBC card also very good. You know, if you've got those SBC dudes in your club and you think, should I fit them in or should I not? Try and find a way to fit them in, or at least have them on the bench, because they are very good. I think they were quite attainable SBCs as well, so quite a few of you guys might have him. Love both of them, and you can see by the goals scored, almost all of the goals I scored were scored by either Willian or Costa. And then it comes to the main man up front, Gabriel Jesus. Everyone is waxing lyrical about him. People are telling me how good he is and how I should get him for my road to glory. He is utter garbage. Do not waste your coins on him at all. You might think that the one to watch card might be a good investment. You could be right, just because of the hype around him. He gets good game time for Man City. They're a good team. He's going to score goals. Undoubtedly, he's going to get another 1 or 2 informs this year. He'll probably go. His one-to-watch card will probably become a commodity. You know, something good to have. But his inform, for all you get with him really is 5-star skill moves, right? Because his pace and dribbling is no better than many other strikers that you've got access to in the Premier League. His finishing and physical is worse than most other players that you've got access to in the Premier League. So what you're really paying for is a hype player with 5-star skill moves. He is not worth it. His inform is not worth 250,000 coins. I would argue 50,000 coins at most, 60, 70,000 coins at a push. Not worth 250,000 coins. And in general, he wasn't fun to play with. He missed really easy opportunities that he should be scoring. He was weak on the ball. He got bullied off it a lot. His high work rates for a lot of people are going to be a huge problem. In general, for me, the star men of this team were Perrin, the 2 outside midfielders by Fernandinho and Vidal, and then Costa and Willian were just magnificent. The rest of them you could get away with not using. Cazorla was good, not great. Decent, like good, you know, not like outstanding, world class, but he was good. Dani Alves underwhelming. Thomas Müller was horrendous. Gabriel Jesus was horrendous. Miranda was a bit of a non-entity of a player. But this, guys, is the end of the video. That indeed was the team that I used there. It was a lot of fun to play with, but those are my recommendations. Thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. I'm out. Peace.